landlords, listen up. The top 5 things you can do to protect yourself from the first budget of the Labour Party. Listen up. The top 5 things you can do are this. There are many tax grabs coming through from this government, and this is the first of many. A block is a residential or mixed-use building with multiple addresses on one title. We call it an MUFB. It's called a multi-unit freehold block, MUFB. They did not increase your capital gains tax this time on the sale of residential properties, but the new normal for all capital gains is 18% for lower rate taxpayers and 24% as a higher rate taxpayer. Now this is scary because it's the new normal. It wouldn't surprise me if the government then sneak it up in another year's time. So let's think about this. If you're a landlord, it's not going to go down. The tax is not going to go down. We're not going to get a better capital gains situation. So now if you're thinking of selling, stop wasting time, get your properties on the market and sell it. Do it, okay? If you own blocks, number 2 point, if you own blocks which are unsplit, residential or mixed use, then consider title splitting. Title splitting will add 25 to 35% to your capital pot, and you are crazy to leave that money in your portfolio. So we can show you how to legally offset the tax against the gain in value if done correctly by title splitting. You will now own your individual flats in a company structure, and this means you've incorporated them. This is better for your future. Now, what I am going to say to you is every situation is different. You need to speak to an accountant, but we're talking about title splitting blocks, and this is a really good way to get extra equity into your blocks by title splitting them into individual leasehold apartments. Now, the next one that's hit us really hard, number 3, is stamp duty, land tax. It has increased on second homes from 3 to 5% additional SDLT to be paid on the purchase of any residential property. This is really scary, okay? And the point I'm going to make here is, again, this isn't going to improve anytime soon. And it was a bit evil, the government putting this in place on the day after the budget. So people suddenly sat there having to find another 10, 20, 30, 40,000 pounds of SDLT to complete a deal. Really, really cruel. Affects the rental markets. They are crazy, but it is what it is, guys. So, number 4, we can show you exactly how to title split blocks, and we can reduce this tax legitimately by splitting the blocks as you purchase into individual titles. This is a legitimate saving because the individual apartments at the price you're buying will very likely have lower stamp duty than the total block. Okay, this is really, really important. We can show you exactly how to do this at titlesplit.com. Now, finally, number 5, I'm going to say to you, if you are planning to purchase blocks and you don't title split them as you buy them, you are crazy. Because if you title split them as you buy them, working with the correct power team and the correct structure, you can create additional equity of 25 to 35%. I've already told you this. You will now have individually mortgageable apartments in your portfolio, which will save you 2% on your interest rates with the banks when you're mortgaging the properties. You're going to have that extra capital uplift as well when you refinance. So when you do this properly, you're going to get your money out of the deals. Now, this capital uplift can be offset against any tax increases. And for example, even if we have paid that horrible, nasty additional 5% instead of 3% SDLT, right? They did it to us before, but it didn't stop us. It's not going to stop us again. We have raised our bank valuation by 25 to 35%. The tax is a small proportion of this. So we've put a link in the chat to a free webinar that you can use and watch for nothing to start title splitting blocks. please go and watch our webinar, like and subscribe, and we're going to be sending more videos your way to help you manage your portfolio.